Hi guys, and welcome to another video where today we're going to attempt to predict the scores and results of week 28 of this year's Premier League season. Last weekend of course was the FA Cup and the likes of Manchester City going down against the hands of Wigan.
Also shows that they can't take a loss. Their fans throwing those ad boards around, Pep trying to beat up the Wigan manager.
I don't know, it was just a bit of a scuffle, nothing much in it.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing much in it really. And of course Rochdale gaining a credible draw against Tottenham, of course. But enough of that. The previous week was week 27, and overall we didn't do too well. I think you had 3 points.
Yeah.
I had 4 points, and we're gonna have to do a lot better this weekend, I think. Overall, the scores on the doors, we've got you're now on 191 points, and I'm on 179 points. So I'm just 11 points behind you now. I crept up by 1 point. In the comment section, Francis Bilardi, he managed to get a good score, a good solid score of 10 points. So Francis, well done for that. Enough of that. Let's just get on with week 28.
Okay, so first up we have Leicester versus Stoke, all at 12:30. Stoke, they are in 19th. They haven't been playing well, but under Lambert they have been playing better than they did under Hughes. Leicester doing wonders. They did lose last time around. Leicester sat in 8th. For that reason, I can see Leicester winning 2-1.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game as well. Leicester do score goals. Jamie Vardy, Mahrez back in the picture now after his little falling out, you could say. You know, he didn't go to Man City, so probably didn't have his head straight and all that sort of thing anyway. So I can see this one being a close match. Stoke, second from bottom, going to be fighting for their lives. They need the points to stay up, but I think that Leicester are just going to outscore them really. Unfortunately, Okazaki isn't playing. I think he's out injured. I can see this one ending exactly like you say, 2-1. Next up, we've got Bournemouth up against Newcastle down on the south coast. Bournemouth, their form is up and down, up and down. You know, one week they turn up, the next week they're at a pants. Newcastle have steadied the ship recently. I think they've only lost once now in the last 4 matches. So they've turned it around to some extent, up to 13th in the table, I think. And I think they're going to go down to the south coast, up against the Cherries, and I can see a 1-1 draw.
So Newcastle, they're sat in 13th. They haven't lost in 4 games. They've been doing okay recently under Rafa Benitez, but Bournemouth, like you said, their form is up and down, up and down. Bournemouth, they did get 5 games unbeaten, I believe, or 5 or 6 games unbeaten.
They had that good victory against Arsenal as well, didn't they?
But they did lose last time around, and for that reason, I think they're going to bounce back. It depends if they're going to dip in form again. So for that reason, I'm going to say 1-0.
Brighton against Swansea is the next match. Off on the weekend. Interesting. Swansea turning things around. However, they have got several injuries, and I think Mawson being injured this weekend is going to have an effect on their performance. I can't see them going to Brighton and winning, but I can't see them losing as well because of this great form that they are in. They are getting these draws though in the FA Cup against Sheffield Wednesday. We keeping you awake? Against Sheffield Wednesday, of course. They can work that draw, go away to the Amex. I think it's going to end up all square, 1-1. Brighton do okay at home.
Yeah, I agree with you. Brighton, they've been doing it right at home. They just can't score, and the others, just 1-1. I don't really have any comment about that.
No worries. Okay, next up we got Burnley against Southampton. Burnley, their form has dipped ever so well, not so slightly. It's sort of gone off the side of a cliff recently. I think they've lost about 4 or 5 games in the last 6. Yeah, last week of course they lost 1-0 away against Swansea. You know, only conceding that 1 goal, so they are still steady in defence. Southampton struggling slightly, struggling a lot really. I can see Burnley grinding out a 1-0 victory here. Yeah, so I say every week, I totally agree with you with that one. Pellegrino, he's hanging on to his job from an end of a string. But yeah, Burnley, Sean Dyche, he's in a bit of trouble. He needs to pull something out of the bag and quick. Both two teams, well, Southampton is debatable about their form at the moment, but they're just up and down in like Bournemouth, but it's really tough one to call. I'm going to say 2-1 to Burnley. Okay.
And them actually scoring some as well.
Interesting. Okay, next up we got free scoring Liverpool up against West Ham.
Yep.
West Ham, of course, picked up form, you know, a few draws,
Yep.
then a loss, and then they get a good win last time out.
Yep.
Coming up against a Liverpool team, Salah just seems to be scoring in every match.
They haven't lost in the last 13 home matches and all, so...
Yeah, so Klopp's doing well, he's kind of turned it around where they had that kind of wobbly phase earlier in the season, but I can actually see them just demolishing West Ham. I think they'll concede though, Liverpool, and I see this one 3-1 to the Reds.
Interesting. Well, I really just don't think West Ham will be able to score in this one.
No?
I think there'll be a massive off night for them. And going away, West Ham, they don't really play good away either. Liverpool just way too strong at home in my opinion, so I have gone for 3-0 to Liverpool.
Okay. Next up we got West Bromwich Albion against Huddersfield. West Brom struggling to score. They had that off the field sort of incidents when they went away for the weekend, I think it was last week. I'm not going to name any of the players who got up to misdemeanours when they were away, but that's
stealing that taxi.
It's not good, and I'm not sure what the manager is doing. He's just come in.
Nothing.
You thought that they would, turn things around a bit. Rock bottom of the table. However, they are at home. They are up against Huddersfield, who had a pretty good result last time out, of course. But I can see this one ending in a stalemate at 0-0. No goals in this one.
Interesting. Well, I agree with you. Exactly the same. West Brom, terrible. Lost their last 3 matches. This year's laughing stock of the Premier League. Relegation's almost certain for them, I'd say. In my opinion, they're 8 points off safety, if you think about it. But Huddersfield, struggling form as well. They did get that win last time around, which is quite a shock. Losing them 6 games on the trot, I believe. But there's not going to be any goals in this one, and I'm going to say 0-0.
Okay, the final fixture on Saturday is the 5:30 meeting between Watford against Everton at Watford's ground, of course. Hornets form up and down, haven't really, strung a couple of games, winning games together. 1 week they're winning, 1 week they're losing, then they're drawing. Everton, after having, as we said in previous videos, great by Sam Allardyce, turning things around, but they've kind of hit a bit of a stuttery patch now. And for that reason, I'm going to stick my neck out for this one, and I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 win to Watford.
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same with you, believe it or not. I haven't even looked at
these results. So
I haven't even looked at your results. But
the same this week.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Everton, I think they're just going to slip in form again. Watford, new manager. I think they're going to be up for it in this match, because this is a must-win match for Watford. Dump Marco Silva, new manager in. Don't know who he is, but yeah, I think they'll be able to do it. So 2-1 Watford.
2-1. Interesting.
So moving on to Sunday's matches. First up, we have Palace versus Spurs at Selhurst. Tottenham sat in 5th, haven't lost in 6, doing excellent. But yeah, Palace losing out last time to Everton, 1-0 I think, was it?
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. But anyway, Tottenham, I know they're going to be up for this one. It is away. Palace, they're always up for it at home. But I can see Tottenham actually winning this one. Harry Kane's on such a dominant streak at the moment. So for that reason, I'm going to say 2-0 to Tottenham.
2-0, guess what?
2-0.
I've gone for 2-0 as well. Harry Kane, as you say, fantastic form. Goal machine at the moment, superb. I think he's at the top of the goal scoring charts as well. Salah, I think,
just
is
behind
second.
Salah, yeah.
Is Salah top? I think Salah
might
second.
be top.
Maybe he is, maybe he's not. We'll have to check those for you guys. As you say, 2-0. Crystal Palace, going to need the points.
Yeah.
They're going to need the points soon. However, they're coming up against a very, very strong Tottenham team who beat Arsenal in the North London derby last time out at Wembley. And I can see this one, as we say, 2-0, so standard affair then. Second match on Sunday is Manchester United against Chelsea at Old Trafford.
Toughest fixture to predict, in my opinion.
This is a tough fixture to predict. Chelsea Chelsea drawing against Barcelona.
No, actually, they drew against Barcelona.
Yeah, 1-1. Messi and Hazard scoring in that fixture on Tuesday evening, of course. I don't know with Chelsea. I still get the feeling that all isn't right at Chelsea with Conte. Why didn't he go for it a bit more against Barcelona at home? They got to go to the Camp Nou now, and it's 1-1. Barcelona's already got that away goal, so they've got to go there, either draw 2-2 or go out and win 1-0 or higher. So they've got one eye on the Champions League. Going away to Old Trafford, Manchester United forms up and down a little bit as well at the moment, losing 2 of their last 3 league matches. Pogba, has he got his head on? We don't know.
So.
Benched recently as well. However, I'm going to stick my neck out on this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Red Devils.
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same as you.
Again,
believe it or not,
yes.
Mainly that's because of Chelsea's form, and they just Chelsea don't seem to be performing against the larger sides who are further up in the table. They demolished West Brom, but anyone can do that really. 3-0, but losing to sides such as Bournemouth and Watford, I just don't think they're strong enough at the moment to beat Man United, so I've gone 2-1.
All right. Moving on to the final fixture of this game week, it actually appears on Thursday next week, and it's Arsenal at home against Manchester City. Now, the same fixture is taking place this Sunday in the Carabao Cup at Wembley. So we're still going to go ahead with this fixture at this stage because we plan to do week 29's fixtures next Wednesday night. So we're going to go with this one, and we'd like you to predict the same. I'm going to go for a draw in this match. I think Arsenal very strong at home. Away, it's a different story. They're not the best at all. They got Aubameyang as well, and maybe he's going to pull out something out of the bag against Manchester City. Manchester City coming off that defeat against Wigan, and even though they absolutely smashed Leicester 5-1 in the last match, Aguero getting those 4 goals. Thank you very much, Aguero, for those fantasy football points, of course. Going away to Arsenal, different proposition, and I can see this one ending in a 1-1 stalemate.
Well, believe it or not, I think Manchester City are actually going to win this one. Mainly because if they lose on Sunday, they're going to want to either just absolutely destroy Arsenal, or they're going to win it and then they want to beat them again just to prove that they deserve to win the Carabao Cup. So I've gone for 2-1.
2-1, okay. So that concludes our predictions for week 28 of this Premier League season. As always, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description below. All you've got to do is cut and paste, stick it in your comment and predict those scores. And just like Francis Bilardi did this week, you can get a shout out in the next video. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
No, not really. I think you covered it all.
Excellent. Okay, so then guys, for now we'll bid you farewell and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.